So we're here in the animal performance stand, and just here to the left of you we have the finishing animals that's on the farm at the minute, and they're part of a group of 61 steers. Their progeny are progeny of AI, Fiston and Gammon Limousine. So them animals at the minute are on 5 kilos a meal, and they're currently 563 kilos. They were 311 kilos when we weaned them, and these animals, as all of us, had a long winter. They turned out the 19th of April, about 6 or 7 weeks before or after where we would have planned to. They turned out at 431. Today they're 563. So the plan with them is to keep them on 5 kilos while outdoors, and then as weather conditions deteriorate and underfoot conditions go downhill, we'll house these animals and increase the meal at that stage. Prior to that, we'll hopefully get about 20 of them off grass. That's our plan, to get about 20 of them off grass and then house the rest. The reason for housing as well is that to house these animals first is the weanlings on this farm are very important, because they'll be weaned at that stage, and from a health point of view they're better off outside to mop up that grass. Okay, if we look at the performance from last year then, our animals slaughtered in 2017 were 653 kilos live weight at 21 months of age. They're R-type cattle, grading 3+ in flesh, and the average weight was 341 kilos at €1,400. And I suppose that's a challenge to the project, as you've seen in other stands, is we need to get up that carcass weight. I don't think there's any silver bullet as to how we're going to do it. We'll do it through genetics, we'll do it through trying to get more out of what's under our feet, grass, and then also if we can shorten the feeding period before we slaughter the animals and reduce the concentrate input. On the heifers then, the heifers 19 months, most of them last year were slaughtered off grass. The graded R equals 4-, a bit stronger in flesh, and you'd expect that with our type animal, because at the end of the day they're quarter Angus and quarter Hereford. They were 291 kilos carcass weight into 1167. The cull cows then, I suppose maybe this part of the country you wouldn't see as many O-grade cull cows, but on our type system with a Frisian cross calf as a suckler cow, you'll get O-grade animals, okay in flesh, 310 kilos. But the interesting part from this is that you've heard on Matthew's board, the last board, that we were contracted rearing our heifers, and they're coming in at $1,250, $1,300 at a contract rearing cost. And if we have a cull cost of $1,050, well then in order to replace a Newford cow you're talking probably €250, €300.